Hi, it's the M.L.M for this whole channel. I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I just would like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem, and some people I thank have inspired me. Hope they can inspire you as well. We'll have links below this video to their sites here: Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Lazer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Balon Anavar, Rabbi Yuval Avadia, Rabbi Daniel Asser, Nisan Baruch Black, David Sachs, Rabbi Michael Skobach, Jews for Judaism, Rabbi David Ashir, and Rabbi Ron Uvein, and also Rabbi Yosef Chesney. As well, if you've never checked out this channel before, I will have a link below to my first video, which explains what M.L.M for the soul means, what it stands for, and what I'm doing. So today's is regarding the upcoming parasha, Parashat Chayei Sarah, and this is from Tiferes Yosef by Rabbi Yosef Chesney, and I call this "Everything is Orchestrated by Hashem." So Rav Shlomo Cohen was a close disciple of the Chazon Ish. He founded the first printing press in Bnei Brak. One day he noticed a new store opening across the street, a printing press. Rav Shlomo ran to the Chazon Ish to see what he could do about it. The great sage told him that in this situation the man has a right to compete. Rav Shlomo returned to his shop. He entered the shop across the street to welcome them. He gave the new proprietor tips in how to run his business, based on the knowledge he had culled from years of experience. When Rav Shlomo returned home that night, his family questioned him. "We understand that you don't want to harm the competitor, but why must you help him?" Rav Shlomo replied, "I owe him a debt of gratitude, thus I must help him." The family probed, "What did he do for you?" Rav Shlomo replied, "My income comes from Hashem, not from my work. Yet I have an obligation to do a proper hishtadlus." That means to try, make an effort. "Having this shop is my fulfillment of this obligation. Since I was the only print shop in town, I was busy with it 8 hours a day. Now that I have a competitor to help out with this workload, I will be able to work much less. Yet this is still fulfillment of my obligation, and Hashem will send me parnasa." Parnasa is your livelihood. "For this reason, I am grateful to this man for opening up another print shop." And this was heard on the Beetachon Hotline. I put that below. It's a great one, and I listened to it. It's a Life with Beetachon. In one of the stories, it says it was included there. Now, if we would have the perspective that Hashem runs the world and everything is merely a manifestation of Hashem's will, we would live a very different life. This perspective will calm our fears. No one can do anything to us against His will. When we are mindful that Hashem is the one who runs the world, we will be able to release our control. We see this from Avram Avinu. When he asked Eliezer to find a wife for his son, the Torah relates that Eliezer was Avraham's chief manager who had full control over Avraham's finances. Yet when it came to this mission, Avraham made Eliezer swear. Why is it that when it comes to monetary issues, Avraham gave him full control, yet over here he did not? The answer is, Avraham recognized that everything was orchestrated by Hashem regardless. Thus he was able to release his control and allow Eliezer to manage it. However, when it comes to mitzvot, those are commandments, the Gemara relates that it is dependent in our free will choice. Being that this mission was a mitzvah, Avram couldn't, I think that sentence, there was something that doesn't sound exactly right. Probably, I don't know if it is or not, but it just didn't sound quite right. So it's just dependent on our choice, our will, our ability to choose. Being that this mission was a mitzvah, Avram couldn't release his control, and he made Eliezer swear to fulfill this mission properly. Last parasha ends off with the Akedah. That was with Yitzchak. This week we begin with Sarah's death. Chazal says there is a connection. She died due to hearing about the Akedah. Why is it that the Torah mentions nothing of this explicitly? Is the cause of her death not significant? The pasuk, which is the verse, begins with, "And the life of Sarah was," and repetitiously concludes with, "These were the years of Sarah." What is the pasuk stressing with these seemingly extra words? Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky offers a beautiful explanation. He says, the Torah is stressing that these were Sarah's predestined years. She was meant to live only 127 years. She did not die any younger due to the Akedah. She was going to die regardless. This was merely the physical cause that was the manifestation of the predetermined decree. Perhaps this is why the Torah does not relate the cause of her death. It is because the physical causes that we see down here are merely a facade, and we are thus insignificant. She was nifter, meaning she passed away, because her time had come. And this is Rabbi Chesney saying, "I once heard a humorous account that illustrates this point well. When Hashem appointed all the ministering angels to their jobs, there was one malach that was unhappy, the angel of death. He said," and I don't know if this is true or not, so it might just be a parable. He said, if I go around killing people as is my job, everyone is going to hate me. I don't want to accept this mission. Hashem replied, try it for 2 weeks and see how it goes. 2 weeks later, the Malach HaMavet returned. That's the angel of death, which I just mentioned. When they asked him, how did it go? He replied, it was great. No one even realized that it was me. I took the soul of a young child and everyone said, this illness is terrible. I took the soul of a middle-aged man and everyone said, what a terrible car crash. I took the life of an elderly person and everyone said, it's so beautiful that he died of old age. No one even realized that it was me. I have no problem taking the shop. Actually, it does say in parentheses, this is not a true account. It's merely for illustrative purposes. So there you go. We have to realize that everything that happens is orchestrated by Hashem. All physical dimensions that we see are merely a facade. So everything is not what you think it is. Hashem does everything, and we have to do His will here in this world, and we all have to do what He says, and that we all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days, and the rebuilding of our final and everlasting Beit HaMikdash. Amen, and thanks for watching.